Hi everyone, it's Eric, and in this video I'm going to give you my 3 reasons as to why I think Iron Man is the villain in Captain America Civil War. So, number 3. Tony is blind following the General. You remember, that same General who was after one of their own for his own selfish gain, that same General is telling Captain America,
"You've operated with unlimited power and no supervision. That's something the world can no longer tolerate."
Look who's telling him this. The guy who had too much control, did crazy experiments on his soldiers, created a monster, had millions in property damage as well as tons of civilians killed, is accusing someone who has done none of that you can't be trusted.
There will be consequences.
If anyone should suffer any consequences, it's you, Dr. Frankenstein. But no, you just get a promotion. Seriously, I wonder what the government's promotion discussion was like.
Is he qualified?
He's a violent, bigoted, mindless old fool.
Sounds a bit overqualified. Well, get him here at once.
New York, Washington, D.C., Sokovia. Captain, people are afraid.
The only video he's not showing them is when Abomination destroyed the city. Doesn't he think people would have been afraid of that? Number 2. Bucky. Like many, Bucky was under mind control. Tony has seen this happen before and he even saw it happen to Hulk, so he should vouch for Bucky to the General, but instead, he is surprised that Captain America wants to save a man he says is innocent.
also, why doesn't Black Widow tell Stark?
She was in the damn movie where it happened. Instead, she's fighting on his side.
Raider!
I know how much Bucky means to you. Stay out of this one. Please, you only make this worse.
Telling the Cap to stay out of this is a complete and utter slap in the face.
And the number 1 reason why Iron Man is the villain in Captain America Civil War is...
These 2 lines.
If we can't accept limitations, we're no better than bad guys. We need to be put in check.
Look who's telling him this. The guy who had too much control, did crazy experiments, created a monster, had millions in property damage as well as tons of civilians killed, is accusing someone who has done none of that they can't be trusted. Both of these two should look in a mirror. Also, when the General is telling Captain America that people are afraid, Stark basically is like, yeah, people are afraid. What do you have to say for yourself? We need to be put in check. What the hell did Captain America do? How ridiculous is it that Captain America, of all people, is being criticized and penalized by these 2 apocalyptic masterminds? So Tony, you think the Cap should have limitations?
Well, let's talk about your limitations, shall we?
In Iron Man 2, you got drunk and ended up misusing the suit, and under the influence of alcohol, there was no telling what you would have done with it. In Iron Man 3, you gave the villain your house address, pretty much inviting him to blow it up with you and your girlfriend still inside, and in your absence, he could have caused whatever mayhem he wanted, therefore putting the whole city at risk. And to top it off, in Age of Ultron, you clearly demonstrated your limitations by taking Loki's destructive alien scepter, which you knew nothing about, and created Ultron, who wanted to make the human race extinct, resulting in all of this destruction and all of these dead people, including Quicksilver. So yeah, Scarlet Witch has all the more reasons to hate you now, and rightfully so. So you have obviously demonstrated your limitations. Now what has Captain America done?
He...
Check to see if S.H.I.E.L.D. was weaponizing alien guns instead of waiting for you to hack the system. He's now putting his life in danger to save someone who was under the influence of mind control. Yeah, what has Captain America done? None of his actions have had any negative repercussions or severe consequences. Tony has done it plenty of times and somehow he gets away with it. Heck, I'm surprised the General still has a job. And his next brilliant plan is to get the heroes to turn against each other.
You just started a war.
He started a war.
You can tell throughout this entire trailer Captain America didn't want to fight.
If a war has started, then the only one that's set into motion is you.
That's why I'm here. We need to be put in check.
You need to be put in check. The other heroes, especially Captain America, have done nothing. I mean, okay, if you really want to start pointing fingers, then you could say it's Thor's fault for having Loki come to Earth in the Avengers, Hulk's fault for causing whatever damage he does when he gets angry, the General's fault for chasing after Banner, resulting in him getting angry, the General creating a monster, destroying the city and killing innocents, but Captain America, he hasn't done anything. He's the least reckless of all the Avengers. How ridiculous is it that he is the one that has to be stopped when he has caused the least amount of damage? As far as I see it, the General couldn't get what he wanted with Hulk, so now he's trying to bring up disasters of the past in the hope to control the Avengers and get them to do whatever he wants in whatever form he wants.
Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
And obviously Tony has fallen for it. However, Captain America can actually think for himself just like he did in Winter Soldier, and rightfully not be controlled by the government as they will just use him for personal gain.
So guys, that's why I think Iron Man is the villain in Captain America Civil War. It's one of those situations where he is the villain, but he doesn't think he is. You know what? How about we ask him?
Tony, why is that you're saying that the heroes need to be put in check when really you're the one that has caused more destruction than all of them? Yeah, that's what I thought. Honestly, this whole war makes no sense.
This brings me to 3 possible conclusions.
1. This is all a clever commentary on how the government operates and screws things up, purely for self-interest. 2. This is a completely forced, nonsensical storyline to get the Avengers to fight each other. Or 3. All of the above. It's obvious who the real villains are in this movie, and they are all right here. I know whose side I'm on. Comment below and let me know which side you're on and why.
My name is Eric, and I'll catch all of you next time. Take care.
This video is sponsored by 3-Minute Reviews, the one and only show where you will get the most informative reviews in as little as 3 minutes. I hope you enjoy the show.